think all photographers should be comfortable being their own models. Let's talk about it. I'm Nicholas Clayton Lee, and this is Director Discovery. So I'm saying this mainly to portrait photographers because this actually helps you improve on your skills and lets you be the test subject. Sometimes it's not that convenient to find a model, or you can't find a model and there's something that you really want to test out and you can't find anyone else. Who else is better to test it out on? And then another thing is you personally will get nicer photos to post on your social media, and people actually like that. So it's actually a really good benefit. And there's another thing where you can also test out different styles of photography. Like if you see somebody online and you think it's a very interesting photography style, you want to test it out and you can't find somebody or can't find a model, why not test it out yourself? You can spend as much time as you want. If you screw up, nobody cares, and you don't have to show others, oh, you're screwing up. But at the same time, you can test it out on yourself. It's not as convenient as finding a model, and you will work a lot slower. But once you get the setup, all you have to do is just pose, and then there you go. You relax, remember. Shake it off. And another thing is you can actually practice modeling, and you can eventually find out what actually looks good and what doesn't look good, so that eventually when you shoot with a person, you can tell them, oh, this actually looks pretty good. Why don't you try it out? This pose or this style or doing something crazy, and you think it looks good, why don't you test to get the model to do it? And obviously they'll improve it because they're more professional, and yeah, the photo would turn out probably even better than you expect. So I think it's a good way to know how to direct somebody as well. Oh, if you want their chin a little lower, or just to move their head a bit more, tilt their head a bit more. You will know because you've experienced it on the other side. So I think it's actually pretty good as a photographer to actually learn these things too. So today I actually want to try out this beauty shoot. I want to test it out on myself because I don't have a model with me. And I think it's gonna be pretty fun. It's a new style that I've never done before. So it's the end of the year and I want to go into the next year knowing what my style was at the end of this year. So when I look back, maybe after next year, I'll be like, oh, this is where I was at my photography, my level of photography, and watch my own improvement. So I decided maybe at the end of the year, every year I'll try to take something of myself, like a portrait of myself, and then see what kind of improvements I've made throughout the year. And I think I want to try out this style. I've never done it before, so let's go. Okay, I think I finally found the lighting I want, so let's get into it. So for this shoot, I used the Fujifilm X-T4 and I paired it with the 50 to 140 millimeters f2.8. I was originally using the 56 millimeter f1.2, but I soon realized that my softbox actually wasn't big enough, so I needed more focus on that, so I went further away and I zoomed in. Yeah, so I decided to use this, and I think this was a great experience. So this shoot actually didn't take up that long. The setup actually took longer than the shoot itself. That actually always happens. I tend to just do this really quickly because it is a test shoot and it's just for myself. So that's why I said I don't have to waste time getting a model just to test this out. And these things are ways to find what can be improved in your setup. I realized that yes, my softbox wasn't big enough, and I learned that I do need a longer lens for this kind of style of shoot. So I also learned that as a model, you shouldn't really wear that much turtleneck because it will look a bit weird. There were photos that I didn't have a neck, it looked like that. But I found it really cool how this backlight wraps around my body really nicely, especially when I was shirtless for a few of the shots. I really love that, and it keeps that mystery there. And I thought it's when I turned at a certain angle, you can see my ear. If I turn too much, you can't see it when it was all dark in my face. But you can see a bit of lighting on my nose and on my eye. I really like that shot. I thought it was a really cool shot. And like I said, I never tested this kind of style before. I've seen people do it. So I decided why not try it out. And yeah, I think this would be a nice photo to have for the new year, going into the new year. So yeah, I hope you guys learned something from this video. you guys took some pointers, want to try out some style, decide to, okay, why not try out portrait photography? It'll be all great. I think it'll work out. I screwed up, but there were a lot of photos I didn't like. I took, I think, probably like 50, 60 photos. But yeah, I hope you guys learned something from this video. Please let me know what you guys think, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the new year.